How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Trey here, the host of Job Corps 411, and this is Job Corps News. This is something I haven't done in over a year, I think. This is actually Job Corps related news, and I do mean legit news, as in this is news that's been covered on a local affiliate of a Job Corps center. Any one of you who've been watching the channel for a lengthy amount of time may know that I have a fondness in my heart for the Gainesville Job Corps Center. It was my first Job Corps Center. It was the first Job Corps Center that I ever went to. That was my first experience and experiencing what Job Corps is, what the atmosphere is like, what the environment is like, all that good stuff. It was my first impressions of the program, and overall, I say it was a pretty good impression. It had its faults. The Gainesville Job Corps Center wasn't perfect, but in comparison to the Job Corps Center in St. Louis and all the shit that I went through in that center, it was like heaven in comparison to me personally. So, as you may have read on the title of this video, the Gainesville Job Corps Center has been shut down due to the effects of Hurricane Irma, and some of you may not even had noticed Hurricane Irma anymore, as the weather is starting to finally change here in the southern region of the United States. It's actually starting to feel like autumn now, especially at night. Um, Hurricane Irma did a lot of damage to Florida and parts of Florida. In this article here, which I'll link in the description below from WCJB, ABC 20 in Gainesville Job Corps Center has been officially shut down due to being badly damaged by Hurricane Irma just a month ago. So I know I'm not the first one to speak about this story, and I'm certainly not going to be the last one. It's just kind of sad seeing that this happened in the Gainesville Job Corps Center. In a way, I knew that this might happen eventually because the center itself is a pretty legacy center, and by legacy center I mean it's pretty dated. It's pretty up there in age. It's been around for years, and now it's being forced to lay off over 125 staff members. Over 100 people lost their jobs because of Irma, and that's really unfortunate. Because if Hurricane Irma didn't happen, then I have no doubt in my mind the center will still be up and running as we speak right now. According to this news article, that the Department of Labor straight up said that because when they evaluated all the damage that was done at the Job Corps Center, they just said that it would just be cheaper to just to shut down the center. It's not worth trying to spend all that money and trying to rebuild the center, in their opinion, which again I feel is very unfortunate. And of course, I have a bit of a nostalgic bias towards that ruling because again, I graduated from that center, so I'm gonna feel some type of way, when they say it's not worth building up again. But at the same time, I understand Job Corps is a free program. It uses millions of dollars in taxpayers' money every year, and it's not for naught. Of course, there's success stories out of the woodwork about people who go to Job Corps who go on to get in these careers that help them out in making something of their lives. So the fact that this one Job Corps is being shut down, and it was because of something out of their control, like a Hurricane Irma. It's really saddening, and it's very very saddening to uh, when to read. When I first found out about this, it was through a colleague of mine, a friend of mine who went to the same Job Corps Center as me back there in Gainesville, and yeah, again, like I said on Facebook, it's just really unfortunate. It really saddened me to read that this happened. It really was saddening to see uh, the photos and the video taken about all the water damage that the Job Corps received. It's really, really sad. And I also saw some pictures here about all the damage that was done due to Hurricane Irma at the center as well. It's very saddening that this is the end of the Gainesville Job Corps Center, really. But I guess sometimes it was just bound to happen eventually. Eh, not everything lasts forever, and this is a big example of that right here, right now. So, again, if any of you went to Gainesville Job Corps Center or had plans to go into Gainesville Job Corps Center, let me know in the comments below. And see, let me know what Job Corps Center you end up going to instead. Did they give you a choice to move to another center, or did you had to reevaluate your life choices a little bit? Say maybe Job Corps is not for me anymore. Let me know in the comments below. This has been Job Corps News. Uh, this was my ideal way of getting back into uploading to this channel, but when things like this happen, this of course is important to let this kind of news out there. So if anyone was interested in going to the Gainesville Job Corps Center, then yeah, there's no more Gainesville Job Corps Center. I'm sorry. For Job Corps 411, I am Trey, aka Tremaine, aka that guy who talks a lot of shit on Twitter, apparently. And I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye.